Good evening and welcome to round one of M2 Cup from Zandvoort this evening. Good grid of 20 cars and joined as always by Tux. Good evening, sir.
Evening, mate. I hope please stick with you the whole stream tonight.
Oh yeah, did you get to the bottom of what happened there?
No idea. I don't know, because I could hear stuff through my headset, but I couldn't hear you. And I could see you were talking, but it was going to be no good if I couldn't hear what you were saying and we were talking over each other. So
Yeah,
hopefully it just doesn't happen again. I don't know what happened there.
yeah. The other odd part of all that was I think we could still hear you on the stream.
Yeah.
Which is odd as well.
But anyway, hopefully this never happened before, so hopefully it was just a one-off. I think we probably could have sorted it. It's just you were in the middle of comms and it was hard to sort that out mid-race, isn't it? I just reset my Discord and I think it was sorted then.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it was. We were just going to end up talking over each other.
Yeah. It was weird because I could see the stream. You hadn't changed off the driver for a while, and I was thinking I hadn't heard you and you hadn't changed off the driver. I wonder if he's just had to pop out the room for a minute or so.
Oh yeah, because I kind of remember you saying that. Yeah, like mentioning that, and I was like, I can hear you. What you're talking about? And I'm replying to you, like, no, I'm here, mate. And then realised what was going on.
But anyway, so got about a minute and a half left here. No times on the board yet, but there's a few cars approaching the last corner.
On the board, and
I'm watching Viper.
I've just got it on Murray at the moment. Nice paint scheme, and then I flicked Armstrong, and he's having a moment. Oh, there we go. Raku sets pole with a 150, and he put in the Discord he was changing livery. Secretly, I'm glad he's not, and he's still got this sort of World War II American bomber thing going on.
Yeah, just well, actually, I'll talk about after the collie. We'll focus on this for a minute. I was going to have a little chat about Donington because I thought it was quite a good good race, really.
Let's fill the gap there. It was a good race, and Lane's with us here for race one, and Steve's in the chat. Good evening, Steve. He's went for the Madras. The start was hotter than expected, so pray for him.
We also have 21 drivers now because Goldie's made it.
Oh, he's made it.
He's out on track. I don't know if he's gonna have one shot a lap. I think
it's a good field for us to get.
Yeah. First round, it's always good to get a start well, isn't it?
Yeah. I appreciate the guys taking the time to do this because I was putting in the Discord a little bit. Whilst it is still a race series and it's still competitive and it's still serious, we have been fortunate enough to have the guys on board and we've been able to experiment with stuff. So we're going to try a different version of Back of the Grid for race 2.
Yeah, it should mean they definitely start at the back, and it also gets us to remember to maybe invite them in to have a little chat while Collie 2's on, because we forgot about that, didn't we, last season?
Oh yes, we did. Yeah, we started it and then forgot about it because we then started panicking about what was going on with people not qualifying. So let's see how it goes. I just watched Lane go super deep, so I'll cut to Kinsey, who is 4th.
Tell you what, McGowan, you ain't going to miss McGowan, are you? That's some livery. That's like something I'd imagine you designing.
Let me just have a little look. I seem to have a reputation for horrible liveries. Oh yeah, look at that.
Right at your street, that.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Although I did... It's still my favourite was the school custard, the yellow and pink.
Yeah.
Raku still on pole. Viper's out there.
Lane.
No, Viper's out.
Yeah, Lane second.
Lane second. We got Kinsey still out there setting a lap along with 26. That's the other interesting thing with...
Yeah, that's quite a good lap. Kinsey there, ahead of Richmond, Skunky.
Have we seen Kinsey do M2 before?
We have in the past. We have, yeah, in the past. But yeah, that's the livery he had, the hard motorsport one.
Oh yeah, I remember there was sort of the stud of the grid kind of jokes I was probably throwing about.
I don't think we saw him. I think that was the first season we did it. I don't think we saw him last season. I could be wrong. Maybe the occasional race.
So there we go. There we have a grid. I like this sort of. I'm going to call it this sort. I don't, it's a shootout quality, isn't it?
Yeah, but imagine. But now we sorted out this server reset. Hopefully, second race, top three are going to be starting 21, 20, and 19. That's going to be a proper challenge, isn't it? Not starting like P12 or something because some people didn't qualify and whatnot.
Yeah, and I think what had been raised before was when guys didn't qualify, and that's their choice. I don't really have any opinion on whether people want to qualify or not, but it was really
gave them a few free places.
The people that had finished like 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th were hopeful of people at the previous winners having to come through 15 cars, and we ended up with them starting in 11th and things like that. So
it all depending on when you join the server, didn't it? If there was no time and stuff.
That's correct. So. Yeah. So anyway, Raku takes pole. Lane second, Viper third, Kinsey fourth, Richmond fifth, Skunky sixth, Thomas seventh, Trackware eighth. It's a good performance for him. Weir ninth, another good one. Zielikowski 10th, Hickman 11th, then Armstrong, McGowan, Privet, Murray, Berkshire, Camporis, Cummins, Goldie, Broom, Mackay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a good field.
Yeah, what a grid.
It'll be a massive battle in the midfield.
Yes, it will be, yeah. Yeah, let's keep it clean. I think when you look down that, Raku's on form. We've not seen much of Jacob in second there this season so far. He's just had other things going on, so it'll be interesting. Viper is banging form. So's Richmond and Skunky. Kinsey with a great performance to put that in fourth. But there's a lot to pick from there. There's also a lot of encouragement if you're sort of 6th and below for race 2.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just have a quick chat about Donington. I thought it was a really good, considering that track is quite, tricky to race on with that many cars on the grid. Second race after the first race was a little bit messier than we wanted and whatnot. And I thought on track and off track was really good after the race as well. So, and not everyone who's in GT4 is here tonight, but yeah, I thought that was really really encouraging for the season ahead in GT4. Don't know what you thought, mate.
I agree with you. I think what happened there is people maybe took the medicine and some learning from round 1 and applied that to Donington, and that in turn
it had to be done, didn't it? And because Donington's tighter track than Kyalami, and there could have been some chaos there, but it was a lot of sensible driving, and I think people realising in such a big field that it's not so much about going for moves and X, Y and Z, it's just about consistency's coming even more now, isn't it, now with a bigger field, because you're under pressure all the time. You don't have, like you were saying before, you don't have a spare 5, 10, 15 minute lull in a race now. It's pretty much all the time you've got someone behind you, someone in front of you.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. And I think what we've seen observed really well was blue flags as well.
Yeah, and we're going to need more of it because we've got Brands Hatch team battle coming up, but that'll be similar. And then we've got Alton Park as well, so
20 seconds.
That'll be similar. So yeah, it's yeah, good. Enjoyed that race. I thought it was proper race. Like
10 seconds.
I know some people maybe had not the most exciting races, but it's Donington, isn't it? It's
well, it's a love or hate track, and then yeah, like you say, people maybe didn't have the most exciting time ever, but I think everyone had a good race. I think everyone done themselves sort of proud and promoted themselves very well.
Yeah,
and then
and that field is very strong. I mean, I felt a bit bad for Cousins who got DC'd on his formation lap because I was interested to see how he got on into Ginetta as well, but we'll see him another day.
Yeah, and yeah, like you say, we had was it Jones? Was that who we had? I've just got a terrible memory.
Yeah,
new guy finished third, which is great to see. Yeah.
I watched a few of the streams back as well to get a few people's perspectives, and there's some really good driving out there. I watched Murray's stream back. I thought he had a really good race. We didn't really see much of it on the stream, but very consistent and sensible drive, and he finished on the lead lap and got quite a few points. So
I
little
would
shout for him.
also,
I think he's got his new seat now, and I think that helped with his consistency and feeling comfortable for an hour.
yeah, I would also, I'd point out Neil B as well. Had a proper
Absolutely, yeah.
coming of age drive,
90
really.
places. Yeah. No, I mean, I know he couldn't qualify maybe because of some factors with his with foot or something, but I think he could have probably qualified quite similar to where he finished, and then he may even got a top 10 or top 8 or something. He had that much pace, I think, there.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can continue that.
Yeah.
See how he gets on the M2 tonight as well, because I think last season he had, I think Privet had his number in GT4, but Broome had his number in M2, so Broome's made a good start to GT4. Can he continue his M2 Cup? Because he was he seemed to like these cars quite a bit last time as well.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like you say, there's a lot of positives, as well as the guys that made up the top 6, the usual suspects, put a show on for us to watch on the stream. But like you say, the other part, I guess, is that I'll not go through the names, but everyone that's kind of new to racing with us is also really quickly now, just from the basis of Donington, just slotted in, sort of fitting in well in the Discord and on track.
Yeah, no, I agree. Right, we're winding up for this one now then.
Yeah, so yeah, 21 cars
20
out
minutes.
there. Oh, Privet's in the pits.
Oh. Well, I'm sure he'll still catch up if he gets a move on when he gets out of the pits. Going to be a lot of close racing, isn't there? Going to slow each other down at the start.
So we got Raku taking us round. Starting the start-finish line. Over Lane, Viper and Kinsey. And the camera kind
Almost just got a very lane-like livery there.
Who was that, sorry?
Almost in P7's got a bit of a lane
Oh, yeah.
inspired livery.
Yeah. I see what you're saying there.
Line, give it all you can.
Here we go.
Looks
we're
like
off.
Raku had a really good start there.
Yeah, he has, but he's had to defend.
Viper's trying to bully his way into the top 2 there.
He's got himself round lane. Well, what an angle we got there for 20 M2s coming round. It looks like we're kind of clean enough.
This corner's tough, isn't it? This corner here is tough. You got to be sensible on first lap.
I don't really have a great angle for it, so I'll just filter through the field. But it looks like we're doing okay. Privet's out the pits, so once again, thankfully, wasn't doubting them, but it appears common sense has prevailed, and it looks like Raku's off and Viper's into second. What that did highlight the first corner there was
Raku's off. He's still going, isn't he? He's in first.
I meant Offski, as in, sorry, that's
Sorry,
a Scottish term, as in he's scarpered off down the track. Viper and Lane are having a little battle.
Yeah.
I think what highlighted it at T1 there, when we seen Viper and Raku. Oh, Lane's going to have a go at Viper. I think he's going to be on the outside here, but he's probably nearly a car length ahead.
Turns into inside very quickly if you can hang it out there. I think he should be able to
He is going to
do
hang
that.
out there, yeah, good move. Solid move, caught that on camera, good stuff. Yeah, you've seen the cars rubbing there. You can kind of get away with that a little bit here, going door to door. The M2 seems to accept that, and Skunky it was just on Skunky there, and he just back end stepped out on him, gathers it. It's going to cut back. God, I can see further up. Is that
Richmond's having a little look at Viper now, the T1.
Yeah. I don't think you can go round the outside there though, can you? You just won't get the power down quick enough. The lane goes deep as well.
Looks like Richmond's got the move, is he? Side by side. Yeah,
it's that double right, isn't it? It's going to kind of screw him up.
Yeah.
Over the grass. Kinsey's just sort
like
of watching
well
brief there. To see if there's any little battles further down the field.
Very sensible, just a bit of a train. Wait for this race to just filter out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not sure where to look at the moment. As always, I want to try and catch everyone on this. I just see Goldie's just drove right up behind Broom. A little bit payback for getting. Did Broom lap Goldie on
No,
GT4?
he just overtook him for 13th.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
did. It
lapped.
was Privet. It was Privet. He lapped. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Goldie running the Southwest Sim Racing Ecos colours. Let's get back up to what's happening up ahead because Richmond is. Kinsey's went by Richmond, but Richmond's going to have a stab back at him. But Kinsey's probably got the line. Job done.
Oh, he's been tapped at the back though.
He has been touched. He's going to get going again.
I'd be gutted with that. Just making a move into P4. Or P3 was it?
P4 it would be. P4 it would be. Cause
So yeah, he's moved. He's now back behind. Who is that?
Who got fallen behind Thomas? It is weird, yeah.
No, it's not. It's Zielikowski.
It is Zielikowski, who gave us a unbelievable drive in GT3 and has just sort of been off the boil in GT4, but back. He's back here.
Yeah, I think I've seen him doing a bit of testing today on his stream. He looked quite quick. Looked quick.
Skunky is leading this little train now of Skunky, Thomas, then Richmond, and Zielikowski just a bit off the back of him, but there's just action everywhere. It's difficult to keep up. I don't know if you're watching any other battles, but
I'm just watching Hickman behind Murray at the moment. It's not pretty close. I think these two are quite good terms as well. So they're. I don't know if Murray just got past Hickman, but I was just having a look down the field there. Ribbit has a car behind him. Botch has had a impact with something because his bonnet's a little bit up. So looks like race 1 might be a bit of write-off for Berkshire.
not good. But then what we have seen.
Not bad. It's not too bad. I think he's carrying on, but he's not going to.
Yeah. What
points
we
down
have,
to 18th, I think. So
what we have seen with the 2 sprint race format is even if that does happen to you, if something's happened to Barsha, you can still use this as a 20-minute test. And we've seen lots of people fix cars in a horrific state and then just come back out and almost just run test laps ready for race 2. Richmond's right up behind Thomas here.
yeah, I was watching that. I didn't think he was quite going to make a move, so I thought I'd just let you stay wherever you were. But
And then Viper is now
yeah,
set fastest
Kinsey's just
lap.
got past Weir. Kinsey's got past Weir at T1.
Well, I missed that because Viper is now just pulled
Well,
right
he
up.
must have fallen back because he was behind Zielikowski.
I'm just watching Viper. I approve of the colours on the car. Skunky's just sort of dropped 5 seconds off the back of the Lane Viper battle for second, but I'm sure he'll be pretty happy to finish it about there.
The podium looks a bit set at the moment. Raku's having a great drive.
I'm not sure. I think Raku was in my camp of doesn't really fancy this track much, but certainly doesn't look like it how he's driving. Just cut to Armstrong, who's got McGowan and the CBB's car behind him.
He's now on the back of Track Weir as well. Track Wear, isn't it? Track Wear.
Track where, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kinsey.
We know Kinsey's got top 4 pace, so he's going to be pushing these cars ahead.
Oh, also Goldie's by Broom, and Goldie is
Mackay there.
Jocelyn and Mackay.
Oh no! He's managed to straighten himself up. Broom's probably benefit from that.
Broom is the winner out of all that. they all look very similar colours.
Yeah.
I'll just keep watching this because I think Broom is. Goldie's probably lining up Broom for a dive into T1 because Broom doesn't look like he's going to defend. Oh, madness.
He's going for it.
Yeah. Good effort from Goldie, and then I think McKine, I thought he might have been able to follow through. Neil gives him a flash of the lights. Not sure whether that's an anger or a good move.
I think Broom left the door open, didn't he?
They left the door wide open, yeah, and I'll just cut back to Richmond.
But to be fair, though, we've seen people go around the outside or the inside, so.
Richmond's past Thomas, but Thomas is just trying to fight back. Sorry, I've just cut to that. I was just.
Fine. Thomas up the inside.
Maybe touch up there. Doesn't. Good driving.
Oh no!
It's a bad
Not
move.
quite sure.
And then Viper's going to try and put a move on lane. I'll just cut to that. I'm not sure what happened there, but that looked like.
Looks like Richmond maybe just moved across a little bit too much there in the braking zone. I'm not sure. Not sure Thomas had anywhere to go there, but we'll see. But
and I'm on lane Viper now, and you can see how hard Lane's pushing it. Viper's weaving about trying to put him off.
he was a bit frustrated, didn't he? He's like, I just weaving just before the braking zone.
Yeah. He's going super aggressive there. Any other battles out there? Every time I cut to them, they're close in and fade away, and then we got McGowan's now right behind Richmond. Richmond's car's in a bad way, but
We are halfway
still
through,
at
not over
10
yet.
minutes. This is halfway. We got anything going a bit further down. Goldie started to distance himself from Broom. Privet's actually got way more pace than Weir and Broom ahead of him. He was 6 seconds behind 2 laps ago, so.
I think this battle for like P5 looks pretty tasty all of a sudden, doesn't it? Thomas now defending from
Thomas defending for
Zielikowski.
Trackware's now going to have a run at Zielikowski.
He's there. Richmond and McGowan are just behind.
Is that looks like Zielikowski might get this done. Good stuff. Bouncing it over the curbs. There's another trait of the M2. You just treat the curbs like track. It is all very close here. Trackware, one of our newer drivers.
Yep, Thomas just scarpering a little bit now. Skunky's in a little race of his own, isn't he? He's really in the fourth no man's land.
Yeah, yep, Trackware looks out from behind.
Well, that's nice to be there, is it?
I think whilst Skunky would like a race, I think he'd be quite happy at the points. And
oh, did Zielikowski go wide there? He seems to lose a lot of spaces. He must have gone deep in turn 1.
Oh
He's
yeah,
now...
I missed that just by...
I just heard a noise that it sounded like the sand and I couldn't see his car.
Oof. Who was that? Somebody had a big moment there.
Richmond,
Oh,
he's got damage as well. Yeah, he's gliding around a bit. And Zielikowski going for a move. It's high speed at...
Oof.
Richmond's bonnet's up, so yeah, he's not in a good way car-wise.
He had the pace to catch back up, but it just seems to be understeering for him now. But it's turning into a good little battle here. We now got Kinsey asking Trackware questions.
These two had a good battle in GT4 on Tuesday as well. Trackware's got some pace about him.
He's got this little chain behind. Usually when you say we've got a train or a chain of cars, it usually comes with the comment that Gillies is there, oh, Trackware's went deep and then he's had to just get out of it, but... Oh, in the background,
who's that?
was
Armstrong.
Armstrong just all on his own there.
Oh, oof. These guys are super close.
Yeah.
Richmond's now making a move on Trackware. Oh, the little bump on the straight. Oh no. That's not good. They're lucky they're still going forwards. Oof, that was,
yeah. Kinsey now is
Careful, boys.
Yeah. I like that. Oh, Trackware has a big moment.
Richmond's up the inside.
That's going to let Richmond go by, and then Zielikowski's going to try and follow him. That's the thing with the M2. If the back end steps out, you just lose that much momentum that a car will just stream past you. Richmond's now hunting down Kinsey.
I get the feeling Richmond needs clean air because he's battling that car hard, and I don't know if he can do it for 6 minutes. Oh, he's touched grass there and gone wide. And Trackware's up the inside. Trackware.
Oh yeah. These guys are going for it here. I just cut away for that and missed it because I thought, oh look, there was like behind Hickman we had...
Viper's just dropping off lane a little bit now. Don't know if he's going to have one more go before the end of the race, but he's... Got Cummins and Weir. Weir just gone off, I think. Cummins just gone above Weir.
I'll tell you what, we're not really watched this, but Goldie just seems to be chipping away. So
Yeah,
maybe
well, he's
want
not
to
done any
watch in the
practice, so
second race.
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
These boys in the battle for 6th though. Thomas has just taken advantage of this and he is scarpered.
Yeah. So I thought Kinsey might pull away as well, but now Trackware's pulled onto Kinsey, who's obviously got a little bit of damage, but his bonnet's not up, so shouldn't be too mega bad.
Kinsey goes deep there.
Yeah, got a good drive in the end.
Gets
But
good drive in the end, but yeah.
Gonna have to cover the inside.
Trackware just
Yeah,
it has a little moment there again. Just as that's twice 2 laps.
Oh, he's been, oh no, he's run.
He's round, touched with Richmond there, and he's round.
Oh, McGowan's touched with
Zielikowski,
and he's gone spanning around.
Zielikowski keeps going. I was just in the background there. I couldn't portion any blame for any of those incidents.
Whoa! McGowan. I think that was his pal Armstrong had to avoid him there. That's a hell of a ride. He's still recovering. So it's all getting a little bit messy at the end here.
And McGowan is... Murray's been the winner out of all this. He finds himself in 11th with a chance to go in top 10. Trackware gets it going again. He's backed out in 9th behind Zielikowski.
Yeah, he's done well not to lose much more than that.
Broom's caught. I'm just Cummins as well, and then what he now has Privet behind him. Looking to stick one on him, I'm going to guess, and Privet looks way quicker.
Armstrong's stripping way down the field. He must
Privet's dived down the inside. Oh, he's outbraked himself. Privet outbrakes himself. He gets back on the track. Broom will take the place back, but
Goldie's up to P13 now. He's got Hickman behind him. I don't know if he just overtaken him or not. But yeah, like I say, Murray P10 now. He's I know he wasn't necessarily confident because he's not done a lot of running, but again, looks like a consistent drive from him at the moment. Car looks clean. Now going to have some pressure from Camporis, but he's gone wide into T1, and so has McGowan, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
I think Goldie is now up to P12 from the back.
Yeah. doing well. I'll tell you what, Richmond's been in the wars, still in 7th, trying to hunt Kinsey down, but Kinsey looks just to have enough pace. Maybe to see him off here for a couple of minutes. Broom seems to have sorted himself out and he's pulling away from Privet. I'm just watching the McGowan Hickman Weir battle. Oh, and Hickman's bouncing over the grass and Weir is past. Let's cut back to Raku. Just, are you going to do the server duties for these guys coming back in? Raku's almost a perfect race as he starts his last lap.
Murray will do it, but yeah, I'll ask him on chat.
The server piece of managing these guys coming back in. And
yeah,
Campuris is right behind Murray. He wants that top 10 back. Nothing happening there, so just cut back to Raku. Although Vipers managed to get right back on the back of the lane, he's going to have a go for second. Lane's had an issue. It was really slow out that turn there. Gave Viper a run. Viper's going to try and cut back on him here, maybe. Lane just sort of block passes him.
Will be the last lap.
What's that?
This will be the last lap.
Yeah, yes, it is the last lap, yeah. Just as it comes through there, the camera, you really pick up the squeal of the tyres. I don't think Viper's going to have any opportunity here to get past. He's just going to have to follow Lane through for third place, but Raku brings us on the start-finish line to win race 1. Gives the M2 a shake of its hips. There he goes. Race winner. Round on race 1. Raku followed by Lane, then Viper, and then Skunky in a bizarrely lonely 4th. Then we got Thomas, then Kinsey, who's managed to see off Richmond, then Zielikowski 8th. Trackwear's going to be 9th. No pressure on him.
Yeah, it was a tasty little battle there, wasn't it? They all kind of, I know there's a few little spins and stuff, but they still got good points, all of them.
Goldie takes 11th.
Yeah.
McGowan 12th, Weir
drive.
13th, Hickman 14th, Cummins 15th, then Camporis 16th, then Broom, who holds off Privet, and then Barcher, Armstrong, and then Mackay plus 7 laps. I didn't see what happened to Mackay, if I'm honest.
You just look at timetables, just skip through that quickly, so it's on the stream.
There we go. And what we'll expect here is a server reset.
Yep. Just,
and then everyone will join, and then Viper, Lane, then Raku will be
we got the
instructed.
results on the screen, mate. Have you gone through timetables? Just
Yes,
so
I
you got
have,
the
yeah.
result?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I've grabbed that.
Okay. Sweet. There we go. There's the reset.
Then we'll just get back in. Somebody in the chat, I think it's Trackware in the chat, saying absolute baller of a race until he got taken out, and I think we caught it on the stream. He was in a little bit of an incident.
Yeah, still a good point. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but there is a bit of a closer element of racing in this track. Is there's no margin, is there? It's just it will bite this track. Right, so everyone's joining again
Green
up in
light.
the top
Go,
three.
go, go.
No.
I'm just going to let you few chat. I'm going to try and get a driver in to join us. They're being a bit shy at the minute. No one's volunteered, but
No worries. And I'm not sure who that's leading us out. Is that Hickman maybe in the chrome green and white BMW? That's something like that. Oh, yeah. Track we're just saying in there, every point counts. He'll leave stuff to the stewards. That is the correct way to go about that, I would suggest.
yeah, there's no rush for these other guys to join at the minute as well because we'll wait a little bit longer. So Viper, the crew lane, just hold tight for a minute.
We've got 16 back in, so
Yeah, there should be two more. So there's no rush for these guys to join, so we'll keep them out for a minute. Trying to get someone in to chat to us, but like I say,
no, we're not got anyone that's eager for that. We did see there as guys have jumped out the pits on free practice. They're not going to be able to complete a lap on that, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, as it's Hickman that's out there having a bit of a tour about.
alright, we've got Lane in there for you for your questions there, Brian. Our P2 man from race 1.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, very well.
Yeah, very well. Very well. How was,
Sorry about
So you had a good battle.
Green light.
You had a good battle with Viper there, by the sounds of it.
I did, it was very close. I was lacking a lot of inconsistency because I've done no practice. I was literally sorting the setup out in the practice session and qualifying before, so...
Yeah,
Plus I really don't like Zandvoort.
that's
fair enough.
that's a popular opinion, that, to be honest.
Yeah.
How was the car? Because we did notice in the Discord and watching other people's streams, I think it was the front left maybe that was taking a bit of
Yeah.
a beating.
Yeah, it was like orange the whole way round. The left side was struggling.
Yeah, it's a bit warm out there.
Yeah, a bit toasty.
So how do you feel you're going to get on from the back?
It's quite a hard track to overtake on, so maybe good, maybe not. We'll have to see.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to leave you with Brian a minute. I'm just going to do some admin
Alright.
duties a minute while we prepare for race 2.
Okie
No
dokie.
Can you still there, Brian?
Yeah, and how does
Cool.
the M2 feel now? 1.9 update on it.
Hey, since 1.9 it's felt a little bit on the mushy side, but you can dial some of it out with the setup, but the setup's gotten a lot harder. You have to really vary it between tracks.
Ah. I mean, the old way of doing the M2 was pretty much try and make it as stiff as possible and just play about with the ride height so you could hit curves.
Yeah, it's not. It's a bit like that. I mean, I was running quite stiff on the rear, but yeah, it was still all over the place. A lot less grip than there was. It slides out a lot more.
And do you think there's any time for you to find? We couldn't see what laps you were hitting.
It was mid 50s average.
All right,
That I
okay,
was
so
doing anyway.
yeah, so you're sort of approaching on pole time. I think that's what we've seen normally in this, and this won't apply to you because you don't usually qualify for the second race, just because you're normally top 3. You normally see a fair chunk taken out of the pole time for the second race, just because everyone's dialed it in.
Sorry, it all froze up. What did you say?
Sorry, can I just, Jacob, can you just rejoin the server if you've got your control in hand, and then I can get Raku in. Cheers.
Well,
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm in. Join it now.
Thanks.
right, cheers. We'll just let you go, Jacob, and you can get yourself sorted for race 2. Thanks a lot.
Alright, nice one. Thanks,
Right,
guys.
cheers, good luck.
Cheers. Bye. Thanks. Bye bye.
Alright. I'm just going to disappear 2 seconds, mate. I'll be back very quickly.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just wait for the first of our times rolling in. Not sure who's going to set the first time, so let's have a look. I think it's going to be Skunky's going to be first to cross the line. I'm not sure if he's on a lap or not, and we have our top 3 in there, so here we go, Skunky. I see him putting a lot of faith on that left rear there. And Skunky a 157, so that sets our pole as people now start to charge through. Tell you what, everyone's coming round here. Will they all get round? I'm looking at, I think Broom might make it round for another lap. Here we go, they all started another lap, so everyone's going to have another shot at doing this. Murray's chosen not to qualify. Not sure what's going on there. Skunky continues to have the pole. Broom over the line, and then we have 187, so that'll be Kinsey. He's going to make it, so he will be the last time set. Kinsey goes pole. Kinsey goes pole, a 150.6. Takes pole, great lap. So we have Kinsey, Skunky, Thomas, Zielakowski, Armstrong set a lap and hit the pits. Here we go, look, the next of the laps over is going to be Skunky to set a time. Still driving like he's on one here, so I'm assuming his delta's showing him he's going to go quicker. If he goes quicker, likely take pole as well. I'm not sure who we have behind Kinsey. I think it's Goldie that's behind him, so I'll try and catch them as they come over the line. Here he comes. Skunky setting a time. Takes pole. 153. And Zielakowski goes a little bit quicker, goes 4th. So we have Skunky, Kinsey, Thomas. Do we have anyone else out there? So we've got car number 7, which is Privet, still setting a lap. Can he go any quicker? Must be able to go quicker than 7 seconds up. Must have had a lot of mistake in there. Then I'm not sure we got there. Is that? Was that maybe Armstrong there? We seen. Here comes Broom. I can see him coming round. Broom goes 11th. And 187 is Kinsey again, our last man, and he can't take pole off Skunky, so Skunky with a 150.3 takes pole, Kinsey 2nd, Thomas 3rd, McGavin 4th, Zielakowski 5th, Goldie 6th, Armstrong 7th, Richmond 8th, Trackware 9th, Hickman 10th, then Broom, Larcher, Cummins, Privet, Murray, Camporis, and then our top 3 from race 1, Viper Lane Raku rounding us off. I would suggest this Skunky would be fancying his chances, I think, but this could be anyone's right now, I would say. It'd be a mighty job now for Viper Lane or Raku to come through this field, because by the time you've got to probably Richmond, Armstrong, Goldie, Trackwear, the guys aren't hanging about, so they've got a bit of pace about them, so you're not just going to drive past them. Everyone's just dropping it off the jacks. And here we go. A couple of minutes till we get rolling again. Let's reset. Everyone with a chance of the podium here. I would suggest that top 10 is probably podium possibilities. Really good. I think that the change up we've done there of resetting the server has served up exactly what we wanted with the top 3. I'm just also seeing that Privet had a technical issue in the first race, hence starting for the pits, so seemed to have a bit pace, so he'll be hopeful that when he asks it, it drops onto the track and he's ready to go. He'll be ready to go. Looks like everyone's off the jack, so he was saying when he hit drive, car didn't drop down, so he was jumped to the pits for a start. Neil's in the chat saying, going as fast as I can, don't mean to hanging about. Don't think there was any question of the pace there. Certainly having battles there. And he's put it in 11th. So, not sure in the first race, because it certainly looked like Broome, when they were both on it, was probably a second a lap quicker, but when it's come to actually putting it, Privet was quicker than Broome, but it looks like when it's actually come to putting a time down when it matters, that Broome's been able to out-quali Privet. Barcher also pumped himself up to 12th there, so I imagine Broome, Barcher, Cummins, Privet, Murray, Camporos will have a
20
little
seconds.
battle.
Yeah, it's just they got they're the first ones to get Lane, Raku, Viper, aren't they? So that's gonna need managing at the start of the race.
Yeah, I was just saying whilst you were doing some admin duties there that the server reset seems to have worked in terms of what we wanted to deliver.
Yeah, we did have 21 in the first race, so I don't know where the other two are, whether they just didn't want to race second one. Hopefully they didn't not know about it, so we'll just have to double check those names, who they were, afterwards.
Well, I did notice Mackay was 7 laps down at the end of the first race, but I didn't see if he'd left the server or not, so
Looks like he has, yeah. I can't see him.
he's not back, so I would think that's down to a tech issue then. I'm not sure who else we have lost. I think, top of my head, I can't see. I can't think.
There's too many names, isn't it? Kinsey versus Skunky.
Yeah, Kinsey had put pole in, and then Skunky came around and took a big half second out of it, so we didn't really see much of Skunky in the first race because he ended up on his lonesome.
Would you say it's highly improbable that one of the top 3 are going to get on the podium in this race, or do you think we might see it?
I think that's highly improbable. Broome's back to the pits.
He said he's going to go as fast as he can.
I don't know what's
Wonder if
happening there, but he's back.
Or he just-
He's back to the pits. But I was saying, whilst you were missing, whilst these guys will be eager to come through the field, when you get to sort of Goldie, Armstrong, Richmond, Trackware, Hickman, these guys were only like a second off the pole time that was getting set, so it's not like you're just going to drive past them.
They need some drama, don't they, up front, probably, for, I'd imagine.
I wonder if right
Oh.
now.
He pulled the cable out of his pedals, got tangled up in his catheter bag. Lovely. That's not good. But Privet started from the pits and he got back in the action fairly quickly, so if you can sort it out quickly, you should be okay.
Yeah. I think if you're that top 3 right now, or the top 5 or whatever, you'd love to have seen Steve Gillies sitting about 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
That gives you 3 laps or so of the Gillies train to get away.
What he might have been watching sneakily on his mobile.
He's out for a curry this evening, isn't he? He's out networking.
Yeah.
I keep seeing McGowan's car there and wondering who is that, and then I keep thinking it's Cummins, but Cummins' car is more tasteful
Orange.
than it's orange and yellow. It's not CBB's paint palette. Here we go though. Skunky leading us off.
Green
Here we
light.
go.
Go,
On
go,
the
go.
way. And everyone gets away pretty sharp. Looks like Viper got an unbelievable start. He done that in the first race.
So this first little bit is so tight, if we can get through this and let loose a little bit.
Oh, scene was that Berkshire was in a little
Goldie and somebody had a little coming together there as well with the carousel.
Oh, your audio sounds a bit funny. It sounds like your mic's up above your head.
Oh,
That's
is that
it
any
better.
better?
That's it better. So we have Skunky's making the best of this. Kinsey's trying to hold on to him, and then we have Thomas. Then we have Zielikowski, Armstrong, Richmond. Tell you what, Richmond's got a bit of pace.
Murray's gone down to Murray's gone back to the pits.
On
It's a shame.
Murray's back to the pits. So that has. Am I seeing this right? Lane is already up to 10th.
Yep.
Viper 12th.
Maybe we need to revisit that prediction.
Yeah. Raku 17. Yeah, maybe we do need to revisit that.
Oh, Lane's following down there now. He's down to 14th. Viper's a 10th.
Lane. Oh, yeah, Lane's.
Lane's at. And Riku's P4. Lane's dropping like a stone. What's happened there?
A little bit damage on the front, but nothing crazy.
Must have gone off. They've got Zielikowski P4, Armstrong P5, Richmond.
Richmond's went ahead of Armstrong there. I just seen that in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. And McGowan's now having a look at his mate at the inside, and it looks like Armstrong's not going to close the door. Although McGowan went a bit deep and took them both a bit wide there, he might have put Armstrong under a bit of danger from track wear.
Viper is now putting pressure on Trackware. Wow. Viper has the bit between his teeth here. Thomas putting some pressure on Kinsey for third, and Zielikowski's just dragging up onto the back of them.
So just posted a meme of a crying baby, so he's not at the best first lap.
Who's posted that, sorry?
Murray.
Oh. And Viper just sends it down the inside of track where he's going to have to just give him that place, I think. And Is he going to try and fight back? No. That's one thing with... Oh, Viper goes a bit deep though. One thing with Viper in the M2 is he seems to brake a couple of metres later than everyone. He just seems to have it dialed in under braking.
Yeah, made the move there on track wear.
Yep, he has made the
I
move.
think it's sensible track wear there. Look, follow him through now past Armstrong if he stays nice and close.
Yeah, that would be a good shout. Yeah, I think they say that every time, but they keep the head and just try and pick up Viper's pace and then see if he offers you an opening.
He's scarpering off, isn't he?
There we go. Yeah, he is. Raku has just pulled right up on the back of Hickman. He's going to send it down the inside here. Hickman's not even going to defend this one, I don't think. But I suppose pick your battles, as they say. Hickman's maybe going to have a think about it. Let's leave each other plenty of room there, but
Viper now putting the pressure on Armstrong.
We'll just cut to that. He is putting crazy pressure on Armstrong. Actually, Viper's got a great setup in this. There was a good angle there as they were coming over the crest where they changed direction, and you could see Armstrong understeer, whereas Viper's car snapped to a different direction. The other way.
Apex there as well, isn't he? I think he's going to make the move here.
Same spot he done Trackware first time. That time Trackware managed to hold the inside for the next one, but Armstrong's not going to have that.
Viper's looking good for a podium, you've got to say, right now.
Oh yeah. Richmond just sets fastest lap and he's pulled right onto the back
He's
of
got some quick guys to
Zielikowski.
pass, but he's got 14 minutes to do it. He can have a little bit of patience there. Great first 5 or 6 minutes for him.
Richmond's putting a move on Zielikowski. Zielikowski goes wide, that's just going to hand it to Richmond. Of course, Richmond will know what's coming behind him, so he also knows he has the pace to do a podium. And in the background, we're just seeing Armstrong get it all wrong all on his own. I think it was Armstrong.
Oh, Armstrong, yep. We got Raku lining up Hickman again, so he must have dropped behind Hickman somewhere on that lap, but he's now trying to take him into T1 again.
Lane behind Raku as well. So.
It is, yeah.
Season opener looking good for Skunky, Kinsey, Thomas, Richmond and Viper in terms of points haul if Raku and Lane are going to be battling it out back down here. Of course, Hickman's got good racecraft, so he's not just going to hand it to anyone, and he's obviously managed to come back past Raku at some point, so he's going to keep these guys honest. Just trying to see, is there any other close battles out there? This probably
Archer's back to the pits. Hasn't been his night.
Well, just back to Lane. Haslin Hickman. He's going to get.
Hey, what? Richmond's right on the back of Thomas now as well. They had a little incident in the first race, didn't they?
Well, they did, yeah.
Actually, right here, I think. Oh, Zielikowski went deep into that section as well. And he
Yeah,
almost
just seen
collected.
him in the background coming off, and then I think that means McGowan will probably get a run on him as well. But
Brackware did the same thing behind him.
it's funny that when one person does it, it just encourages everyone else to follow suit. But Richmond right on Thomas here. And actually now in the same shot you're actually seeing Skunky and you can see Viper coming round the last corner, so he's coming. I'm just watching the Thomas Richmond battle here, so if you see anything else going on let me know and I'll cut to it.
We've got Campuris and Raku. Campuris is defending quite hard from Raku here.
Oh yeah, Raku's just taking Fastest lap as well. Keep an eye on this because Raku can be quite creative on his overtakes. And he's going to prove me right here. Is he going to go? No. I thought he was going to try it through that section.
Yeah, you haven't seen a lot of Campuris, but he seems a decent driver. He got a top 10 at Kyalami, I think. I don't think we saw him at Donington.
Yeah. It does look a very good driver. Oh, he just goes deep. It just cursed him there, so that's Raku. Just going to scarper past him.
Lane's right with him now as well. And Lane's going to make a move to the inside.
And Lane's passed as well. And back to Richmond, who's going to try and undercut on Thomas. They're side by side. Is Thomas going to give him room? He is. Good driving. But it's going to come.
Richmond's got the run on him.
He does have the run on him, yeah.
Foxes says shame about those re-entries. Race 1 was class. Didn't see what happened to you late, but shame, yeah. I saw you. Looks good first race for you. Post says, gosh darn it.
Yeah, well, I think we've seen Armstrong in the background. It didn't. He may correct us in the chat. It didn't look like contact. It just looked like a live rear axle on a BMW. Got the better of him. Thomas,
I'm sure Goldie's had an incident out there because he's slipped all the way back behind a Hickman now. So. Don't know what happened there, but that's promoted Reku and Lane up as another spot. Viper's now tucked in behind
McGowan
and Zielikowski.
Just
We are at the
halfway
mark.
through. I'm
Keep
still
pushing.
watching Richmond, but he's just started to distance Thomas now. I wondered if Thomas could hang on, so we've just dropped to Viper, who's coming back through well.
Pinty's hold on to Skunky quite nicely as well. Skunky went off. I think Pinty's reared him in a little bit.
Viper's going to make a move here on McGowan. McGowan's going to have the inside for this sort of awkward left. But how does Viper do that? He just brakes later and then. Thanks, and I'll have that place.
Trackware took a lot of time like McGowan there as well.
Trackware's going to have... Well, it's a difficult place to try and make a move because of the curb bounces you over into somebody, but... God, Richmond's just taking a second out of Kinsey.
Just people change line in the braking zone sometimes, but I think it was just the camera angle.
Somebody's pulled up on the back of Hickman.
Yeah, it's Goldie, yeah, sorry.
Can Richmond catch Skunky? Raku's got the quickest lap out there, but...
Sorry, Kinsey's just lost a bit of time there somewhere. I don't think he can catch Skunky. I think Skunky's going to win this race if he doesn't make a big mistake.
Skunky, that popular guy in the Discord, gets faster every week.
Viper's now almost pulling on to Zielikowski already.
Zielikowski will put a battle up. Oh, this little corner here, I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe you'll know where Zielikowski and Viper are, but this is Viper's favourite. It's his favourite spot right now. On that first right-hander, he's done a few people on that. It's like every lap he lines that one up.
Goldie's got past Hickman.
There we go, Viper. Zielikowski just put it on the dirt, but he's got the line. Viper's just going to have to wait behind. The other thing with Viper is he's kind of the man of mystery, eh? Turns up every week, checks in, races well. We don't really hear from him in between, but it's fine if he wants to do
No.
it that way.
Yeah.
Raku's pulling away from lane a bit further down, so... And Zielikowski's putting in a proper defensive battle here against Viper, so... That's letting the boys up ahead maybe have a chance.
A little bit deep there, but he's still got the track position.
And then it's kind of just a bit of a... Actually, like McGowan's now coming back at them, so it gives you an idea how much Zielikowski's compromising his speed to defend. Murray and Armstrong in the chat, gutting having to watch this. I'd agree with you, gents. You always want to be out there, don't you? I wonder if... Is it possible if McGowan could put a move on Viper whilst he's distracted,
Yeah, probably.
trying to do Zielikowski next? He's not
McGowan-
defending.
Yeah, I think McGowan's probably fancies himself better pace than Zielikowski, but it's just track position means a lot.
Yeah, yeah. As long as you're not running it onto the grass or whatever here, you can defend here. I know Lane said between races that it was hard to pass, but we've actually seen a lot of passes on every other corner almost round here. I'll just have a quick check of Richmond because he's now half second off Kinsey.
Viper's got past Zielikowski there, so that
Oh,
T1.
I just
He
switch,
went a bit deep.
switch away.
McGowan's now pressuring. But it's fine, you can't get everything, don't worry.
I think Armstrong just saying in the chat there
Still a
that
big job to get a podium though, isn't it? You've got to overtake Thomas and Richmond or Kinsey.
I don't mean this in a derogatory way to the guys down the bottom of the grid, but I think they put up less of a fight because they appreciate the speed difference when somebody like Viper comes behind. But
Yeah,
the time you're in the
sometimes
top
it's
10,
sensible to do that.
the time you're at the top 10,
It's good to have a look at them and keep following them for a bit as well.
yeah, a guy like Zielikowski is more than capable of running a defensive quick lap.
He's having to defend here against McGowan now, taking a few defensive lines. Track wears there.
Trackers
ready to
now
take
just
down
also,
now.
yeah. Good race from him, and then I can see Raku and Lane in the background as well. And Richmond is now right behind Kinsey. I'm not sure we could claim where Viper's favourite move has been. Richmond appears to be a sort of T1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guy. That seems to be his. The first sector seems to be his spot to have a go. And Skunky just driving away. Richmond goes really wide there and cuts back down onto the apex. Just go back. McGowan. Zielikowski under real pressure. Oh, just behind Trackwear. Trackwear's always had a little bit issues there. I just see him in the background just shaking the hips. Whatever setup he's using there just seems to be causing a little bit angst there. 2 minutes 30 to go. Kinsey will be battling here. Although Richmond just seems to be getting the power down a bit quicker. They're braking at the same points, but it seems to be Richmond's able just to get on the throttle a tad earlier.
It's better. I don't know if we'll get another lap. I think the next lap will be the last, I think.
Potential. Yeah, probably right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richmond's gonna. He's just trying to go wide then.
Kinsey's done well though. He's kept the
Kinsey
inside.
has done well. He's just trying to like block him. It's almost that kind of block on
Yeah,
the
he's in
apex.
his, he knows he's now got one more lap. You know, he can be a little bit more defensive than maybe he would be in the middle of the race.
Oh my god, is Richmond going to go round the
Just trying
outside?
to go around the
of here?
outside. No.
This is outrageous.
He is, I think.
That is
Wow.
outrageous.
He's going to run out of road, but he's going to make it work, I think.
Leaders
That
on
is the final lap, and they're side by side.
Has he made it work? Is Kinsey still there?
Kinsey's still there. Richmond is technically ahead of him, but Kinsey's still there. A great bit racing.
He's done really well there to defend that.
That was great. That was great driving by both of them, actually. Glad we caught that. Gowney tries to go around the outside of Zilakowski into T1. Gowney's just put himself in the rear quarter there. It's a risky place to be, but to make it through, let's get back to Richmond.
Pushed him.
He is pressuring Kinsey now. Really fast section. Feel sorry for Skunky. We've not really seen him.
Oh, McGowan's had a little moment. He's gone wide. He's held position to trackwear though. But that could have been raced over. He touched the wall, but luckily it was side on.
Can't really come away from Kinsey Richmond.
No, you got to. I'm just letting you know what's happening elsewhere.
Richard's going to have a dive down the inside here. Oh, he's going to go too deep. He's went too deep. He's went too deep. That's all.
He's managed to recover. McGowan had a bit of a moment again, but he's managed to defend from trackwear.
And that actually, I was about to say, like, Viper is now.
Raku's now right on the back of trackwear for the last corner, so you might want to have a look at that.
I'm just quickly on Skunky just so we can see him win it. There he goes, wins it. And cut to Raku.
The leader has finished the race.
He is right on the back of trackwear. So then Kinsey second, Richmond's going to be third, Viper fourth, Thomas fifth. Never seen Viper come past Thomas there. Zilakowski.
Well, it's on the last lap. Right at the end, Tom Thomas must have made an error because
trackwear, lane.
back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Camporis, then Goldie.
Raku with the crack at the race as well.
What a race. Looked relatively sensible, clean, fair.
Yeah, that top 10 was pretty exciting there. Look at those gaps, nothing in it, is there?
Yeah, so Skunky wins, Kinsey second, Richmond third, Viper fourth, Thomas fifth, Zilakowski sixth, McGowan, Trackwear, Raku, Lane, Camporis, Goldie, Hickman, Privet, Broom, Cummins, Barcher. And then Armstrong and Murray. But yeah, what a cracking race. And
Kinsey back on the podium.
Yeah. And a good points haul. So I think the top four there for this race, and probably Thomas as well. That's a good haul of points between them, especially since Raku and Lane ended up 9th and 10th.
Yeah, no, I think Viper will probably be leading the championship, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. We're back on Tuesday. Do you want to remind people where we are? I'm saying that like I know,
We're
but I don't
Barcelona.
know. Oh yeah, we're at
It's going
Barcelona.
to be dusk night race.
Dusk night race at Barcelona. We've seen the BMWs do well so far, but that's going to be a difficult race for BMW drivers. I'm predicting that now.
There's a bit more room than there was at Donington, though, for overtakes, and then next week at M2 we're at Hungaroring, which we've not done in these cars. So.
Yeah, we've not done it, and probably a good track for them as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Cool, that was good. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yep, perfect. Catch you later. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.